Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to episode 363 of Fans of Power. Nathan Kennedy joining us from Game 3 of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. It's Tyler T-Rex Baker. Everyone's favorite deep-throating, pickle-sucking, hobo trash dumpster fire of a man, Joe Amato, is here. Dusa Mitrovic, the doctor, is also in the house. I didn't get a proper photo or GIF, but Ren is doing MTV's The Grind down in Cancun, Mexico. And
being the Mexican enforcer.
And Rebecca has to be up really, really early, so she is getting some sleep right now, hopefully, anyway. So, yeah. What is up? Tyler, this is going to be funny to watch this progress through the show. So you hear me say Game 3. So you see what Tyler's wearing. Big Miami Heat fan. Game 3 tonight in Miami against Boston, up 2-0 in the series. Game starts in roughly 20 minutes. Tip-off will probably happen a little after that, right? Because they probably show the national anthem. They probably do like player introductions, I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah, so it's usually about 10 minutes after the initial start time. They unless it's like the finals where it's like, God, for God's sake, 30 minutes of bullshit. Just start the fucking game, And they always bring in some random person. They'll probably bring in Joe Amato to sing the national anthem. And,
yeah.
Deucen's there to edit it and make sure it's all fucked up and weird looking and stuff like that. And, Game 3's tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna see him.
I'll be watching it on my phone, and then when we're done, I'll watch it on the TV.
So if he looks super distracted, or you see him looking down a lot, or making weird faces and not paying attention to anything that we're saying, that is why.
Yeah,
nothing much different than any other week to week. Really.
So, if you feel the need to talk about food, I'll take that as like a good break to just not give a shit.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I'll just I'll zone out here and get back to the game.
Especially when it's around 10 o'clock, you're like, yeah, we can really wrap this up right now.
I mean, as long as I have access to it, I'm like, I'm golden, It'll.
Well, Tyler and I have been sort of supporting each other because hockey, the Hockey Stanley Cup playoffs are going around the same time as the NBA playoffs, and while the team that I root for most, the San Jose Sharks, were like the worst fucking team in the league this year. You always have to have a backup, right? Even as a kid, I'm like, you got to have a Western Conference team. You got to have an Eastern Conference team. So I've been, we could say, Tyler, that this is sort of like our home team because it's only a state away. Oh, there we go. Look, sports.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, he's a fan too.
Everyone's in the mood tonight. But Carolina Hurricanes, I'm following them. They're down 0-2 in the series against the Florida Panthers, who are also an 8th seed who eliminated a first seed in their playoff picture. It's the same thing as the Miami Heat. 2 Florida teams doing that in 2 different sports.
Yeah, both really 8 seeds beating the best in their respective leagues.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, I'm glad that the Panthers just got rid of the Bruins because fuck Brad Marchand, that rat fuck. He's got a punchable face, and he sucks, and I hate the Bruins.
He does. I've seen his face. Yeah.
He's terrible. But, hey, I'm glad. I'm sure everyone came here tonight
to talk about basketball and hockey, yeah. Hey, Deuce, put that basketball up here on my finger here and spin it around if you can. That'd be awesome. Because I can't do it in real life, but it'd be cool if you can make it look like that.
Okay. Get ready to catch it. Get ready.
All right. Which hand? Left or right hand?
1, 2. Just grab it.
All right.
Did you catch it?
You missed it.
Throw it again.
I can't. It's right there, you idiot.
Yeah, you got to go get it, man.
Oh, well, here. All right. I'm picking it up.
Now you got to go fetch the ball.
You don't. Where is it?
Give it the damn ball.
I don't think he can put it over there.
Can you put it there? What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, you can't really.
Yeah. I guess I kept thinking like Deuce. That's right. I thought maybe Deuce could.
No.
Where's my fucking ball?
I guess Nathan. Well, you know what? You go. I don't have your fucking ball.
Good luck next year.
Back.
I forgot. Nathan had to make it look like I'm spinning the ball here. So
yeah, and now
sucks.
I mean, I guess I could just mute my microphone and go find a basketball and then go into Photoshop and then do a 1280 by 720 image and then try to put it. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do that right now. I'll mute my mic. Joe, you hit the chat and we'll see if we can get the basketball.
All right. Well,
it gets some Harlem Globetrotter music playing too, so I can.
That'll probably get us thrown off the.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, fuck.
It would too.
I figured it would be like the public
Tyler,
domain.
You could never do that, whether it's on your pointer or your middle finger. Just get that.
Maybe like half a second. That's about as good.
No,
as
I never could do. I could dribble between my legs and stuff like that, but I could never.
What's funny?
It almost for like a millisecond. I get like oh, and then it falls off. Yeah.
Wake up, the ace of spades. Anyway,
yeah.
If anyone ever gets the opportunity, maybe that would have been a good segue to be like, hey, if you want to come play basketball with Tyler, could you come down to the PowerCon? I'll do that later. But if you ever get the opportunity to do that, playing basketball with Tyler was always amusing because anytime he got the ball, he always had the drive. He had the drive, and he'd do the fucking Michael Jordan. He'd stick his tongue out and stuff.
Yeah. I did it all the time. Yeah.
All the fucking time.
Yeah, it was so intense because like him and Shaq, or a lot of players, and they would have like the tongue, and it was, you got to pretend like you get like seals playing in the background, fly like an eagle, man. Space Jam soundtrack.
The Space Jam sound. That was a good soundtrack.
Yeah, I used to motivate myself by listening to it before rec basketball. Before every game in practice, I would listen to the soundtrack from Space Jam. Get me pumped up. I'd sit in my room, I'm ready to go.
I would listen to Jock Jams Volume 1.
So wait, you think I'm a piece of shit or loser because I listen to Space Jam?
No,
I had Jock Jams too, and they didn't have Get Ready for This, and then I was pissed off.
Yeah, no, that was on Jock Jams 1.
I know that's the one that I wanted, and I never could find it.
Oh man, you missed out. It's a good album.
I know.
All right, Joe, go ahead and hit the chat.
Deuce is like, what is with these Americans?
Yeah, what is it with their? Wait, hang on. Yay, sports ball.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, here we go. We have Rebel Wookie, Thompson Farm, Zentron, MOTU Drew, Pride of Grayskull, Chris Carter, MOTU Matthew, Adam Gabbert, Papa Hood 69, JSP, Brian Brummagem, Jenny K, love you, baby.
What's the sound?
Yeah, what is that
too? What is that?
It sounds like a motorcycle running in a distance.
What?
I'm hearing it too. Right there. You did it when you talked, Nathan. It sounded weird. Say something again. Yeah, your mic sounds strange.
Oh, Nathan's
aliens.
Did I break it?
Well, it's better now.
It's all because I opened Photoshop. I don't know what happened.
See? Doesn't like those multiple programs at the same time. All right. Back to, we got KU Harris, Casey Duncan. I'm scrolling.
I'm not going to mess with it anymore.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize.
Does it still sound okay? Because when I did open Photoshop, I heard something go on here, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll ignore that. So I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't know doing that was gonna mess everything.
No, it's fine now. Now. It's all good.
All right. Well, sorry, Tyler, you don't get your basketball.
Oh well, maybe next week. Maybe Deuce can get me the ball this time. He's shitty at assists.
You still haven't returned mine.
And you ain't fucking getting it, dude.
All he wants you to do is make a motion like that, and then the ball will come back. That's what he wants.
That's what we needed. Well, maybe next week we'll get it set up to where I can look down at Deuce and he throws it to me. I'll lay it up.
Well,
there.
He's basically wanting you to go
and then
low
Nathan
like
can play
this,
like
you're
a
throwing
switch
it.
Noise.
Just throw it to him low, and then he'll get the ball back. That's what he basically wants you to do. Is right now make a motion like that.
I don't want to. He lost already one ball. I don't want to get him another ball to lose it.
It's like I threw up on the roof or something like that.
Well, a basketball wouldn't get stuck on a roof, I wouldn't think.
No, I just feel like playing with a tennis ball, a baseball, or frisbee. And a lot of shit would get stuck on the roof. Or
frisbees did that.
Or a bounce too hard off the backboard, went in someone else's yard, or down the road, or something like that. So.
Okay. Sorry, I'm clicking around.
Like, this is really engaging conversation for everybody, isn't it?
We're still talking about balls, huh?
Yeah. Next thing you know, Joe will be like, "Hey, anyone hungry for pickles?" And he's like got 2 hard-boiled eggs and a pickle. He's like, "Oh God, which one first?"
And I'm all out of pickles. I got to get some more. All out of them. I get some more tomorrow.
I bet Joe eats those nasty Tijuana mamas too, don't you, Joe?
What are those? Wait, what?
I can't believe Joe's like those real shitty pink hot dog sausages at the checkout counters.
No.
How is it of all the shit you'll eat, you won't eat those things?
Well, what's weird is I've never flipped much over hot dogs and sausages and things like that. I admittedly had one the other day and today just because I was starving. But that's when I was over at my sister's helping with her friends. But I won't go into that food story because it was too much. But I've never went much. Yeah, thank God. But no, I don't really flip over sausages and hot dogs. Like, that's never been my thing. Never really liked that.
Unless it's like free in the parking lot.
What's wrong with sausages? So how many weeks ago did
Deuce is really struggling.
Yeah, we broke him.
A few weeks ago, he grabbed that pack of hot dogs that he found on the floor outside the store.
Well, that's different. That's free. Well, that's free when you're hungry.
And they look like the hot dogs are nothing but trouble.
But it was still wrapped. They were sealed. You could tell they were.
They looked old. Like they looked white.
Wait, did Joe's audio cut out?
Yeah, Joe's. Yeah, your audio.
Muted him.
No, I didn't mute him.
No, he's like,
everything's broken
Divine
tonight.
intervention. God shut him up for heresy.
It's like I got the going back to it. I got the ball rolling on this, right? For messing up all the audio.
And then there were three.
There were three. Okay, there you go.
Three. Yeah, Deuce can roll his R's, can't you?
What R's?
What him?
Fart the diarrhea. All right, now let's mess up Tyler's audio, maybe. You there, Joe?
Speak, Joe, speak.
Nope.
He says he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
What did you do?
I wonder if I touched myself. Hold on.
There he is.
Yep.
He said, "What if he touched himself?" Is that what he said?
Touch yourself. Yeah,
Like,
you
no.
muted
Joe,
yourself.
just bow out if that's what we got to do to get you going again.
No.
No.
Touch the button again, Joe. No, you messed with a slider probably on your bullshit because I heard you for a second.
Can you hear me?
There it is. Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck? I can't believe I touched it. I mean, I don't know.
Well, you keep grabbing at yourself all the time. Eventually,
yeah,
grabbing
I usually grab my hair, but
I know, but
your
your
hair's right there, and you're like,
fuck's sake. Well,
stop
anyways,
playing with your hair.
Those hot dogs were cold.
He's gonna be like fucking Baron Wade. He's just gonna start putting his mouth.
Yeah, and then we make fun of him. He's going, "You're gonna get yours."
But there was cold hot dogs. They were fine. They just dropped out of somebody's bag, so they were good. So that's the only reason I ate them. They were free food. Otherwise, I don't buy hot dogs.
They were on the ground.
But they were wrapped. That stuff was wrapped. When it's wrapped, it's good. It's wrapped. That was hermetically sealed.
You don't know how long it was standing there.
No, but they tasted, they were fine.
He said it was,
were they cold? Like had someone had just bought them previously?
Yeah,
like recently?
that's what I meant. Yeah, it felt cold.
They had
this first thing in the morning.
It was first thing in the morning, so they were probably there overnight and got the morning dew on them. That's why they were.
See,
cold.
But otherwise, I don't buy them because they're too expensive. Hot dogs. Are a lot
I'm
of money.
curious if he would pull this shit with Jen's, like they're walking hand in hand down the side, or she's pretending to like try and get away if she can, and and then Joe sees like free hot dogs, or he's like looking around, I think I had a hot dog in here once, and. I'm just curious if she's game to like, sure, Joe, whatever you want. I'll eat those free dew covered hot dogs that are like marked down and.
I definitely would.
Manager special.
Yeah, manager special with that big ass red sticker on there.
Yeah.
I will never try to have her have anything rotten from me. I won't give her anything bad. Why did that not sound right when I said that?
Like, I mean, can you all not picture Joe as like Dave Chappelle and Half Baked? Like, I only had $8. He robs from the poor guy and a greedy bastard. Jim wants a hot dog with ketchup and sauerkraut, and son of a bitch.
Oh my God, PowerCon will be great though. I'll treat it. That's all me. No, but I'm gonna make sure Jen eats really good at PowerCon, and I won't like.
As long as you can pull it from other people's tables, right? Joe goes over and gets leftovers. Hey, let me help you clean up here. Let me help you clean up.
Jen, look at this. It's a half-eaten steak.
He'll probably honestly want to go to a restaurant whose servers and busboys have the same dress code as the one nice polo shirt that he owns. Yeah. That way he can just put it on and pretend that he works there. It's like, no, I got this. Don't worry about it, Susan.
And then everyone's gonna think there's something wrong with him. Like just let him, don't look him directly in the eye. Just let him just get the plates out of the way, and
Yeah.
Otherwise, he might come at you all fists and elbows. We don't know what's under that mask.
But speaking of PowerCon and table scraps, do you want to get your leg humped by one Joe Amato? Would you like to bring him some pickles? You want to touch Tyler's muscles? You want to bring me some alcohol? I don't know what the rules and laws are about
Just
that.
Bring a lot of flasks.
Yeah. If you want to sneak some liquor in and give it to me so I can have a sip to make it through the day, you want to meet us in person at PowerCon, essentially is what I'm trying to say. Then make your way out to Columbus, Ohio, August 11th through 13th. PowerCon embodies the power of friendship and family, celebrates the power of design, and showcases the power of imagination. More toys, more collectibles, more fun. Experience the power. Tickets are on sale now. You have a week left. Make sure you get those tickets purchased before May 28th so you can get the biggest discount. The price will increase henceforth after the 28th going forward. ThePowerCon.com.
Oh, wow, more toys.
That's right, more toys, everything.
Yeah.
You get to meet
There are
celebrities.
origins that Joe will be like, oh my God, I got to buy this Battle Armor Tila.
Actually, Tyler and I were texting each other this week while we were at work, and I haven't bought an action figure in a month, and Tyler hasn't bought an action figure in a while either. I've been spending money on.
Are you too sick?
I don't know.
There's nothing to buy other than
Silverhawks
Wave 1 that just arrived. There's nothing on the horizon that is coming out anytime soon.
Yes, there is. Buy Molten Stratos.
What?
Molten Stratos. The mini comic variant without the feathers.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
He's saying the mini comic one, the molting one, the Caucasian looking one, that Origins.
No.
Wait, you mean the one from the mini comic with the flesh tone?
Yeah.
I thought that was already out.
Yeah, it's clogging the shelves
because they're clogging the.
It's funny.
Exactly.
I walked down at our local Walmart for the first time in months, and there was no He-Man figures at all. Like they've all been removed. Like not even clearance section. They're all gone.
Yeah, all gone.
Yeah,
they get rid of those pieces of shit and fill the shelves with more pieces of shit.
Yeah, put those Avatar figures out there. Those are selling really well. James.
Wait, there are Avatar toys?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Does anyone buy them?
I don't know.
No one buys movie toys.
No, not really.
They're always clogged. Even Marvel movie figures are always clogging.
Here's a question for all you three. Do you hear
all you trees?
Yeah. Do you hear anyone talk about Avatar 2?
No, not at all.
Nope.
How is that movie a success if nobody's talking about it?
I have no idea. I haven't seen the first one because I don't give a fuck about it. It looks like a fucking video game, and a bad one at that.
I mean, the first one is everything. It's that whole thing of like Pocahontas, Dances with Wolves, Fern Gully, all blended together. And it's like, here you go. That's essentially what.
Yeah, that ain't original. And they look goofy. They look silly. They don't. It just looks like a something that you would see at an amusement park, like a 3D adventure. In like the motion capture chair where you're sitting there and you get the glasses on, like, oh wow, being picked up, going into the water now. It looked so fucking silly when I saw the trailer for it at the theater. So, dude said I have no idea. I've never been to. I think I met one person who said they saw it and they liked it, but I'm like, And they're like, you should go see it. Like, no.
Like the movie supposedly earned over 1 billion, maybe 2 billion or something, and yet dead silence about it. Like I even have actually forgot that it was made until I was reminded today.
Really?
It's not. I think all movies now they don't have a lasting impact on society anymore. Whereas I almost feel like. I don't know if Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings is like the last franchise that. I mean, Star Wars. Even the new ones, they come and go. They don't impact people. Because their attention span is changing. I'm just saying this is how things are. They don't impact people anymore.
Yeah, but that's another thing is that when it comes to Star Wars, most people agree that the newer ones are trash. But Avatar 2 is supposed to be amazing, and yet crickets.
Yeah,
I went ahead and copied it here. Domestically, it made 684 million. International, it made 1.6 billion, with a grand total of 2.3
Jeez, I didn't know
But
that.
didn't it still not do like what James Cameron was hoping it would do? Like it's still like, even though it made a shit ton of money, like didn't it still kind of underperform to a certain degree?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah.
Because they had a really big budget, and they were expecting to almost hit $3 billion. They thought, but either way, over $2 billion. And I mean, when you hear that number, sometimes you think, "Wow, look at all the profit." But like with a lot of movies nowadays, if they have a $250 million budget, they have to make almost $800 million to even have a profit after what they have to pay through studios and the doubling and advertising and everything.
Yeah, but Joe, you're forgetting one thing: Hollywood accounting.
Yeah.
That's when you inflate the budget, so you can then you can't return money to investors, and you can just put it all in your pocket.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say one thing. I know nobody's excited about it, but I am excited to get Lady Slither in Origins along with Fangor, because I never could afford the classics Fangor. Now I know it's super expensive on the secondary market. So those come in Origins.
Joe.
Hey, leave me alone. I'm excited for Fangor and seeing Lady Slither.
How dumb Fangor is. If Fangor looks down, he's going to stab himself.
Well, listen, I know, but then Lady Slither, it is going to be cool to have a figure of her, so I'm curious to see how they execute it. Hopefully good enough, but I don't know.
I didn't know they were putting her out, which I'm sure Axel's happy about that, but I'm like, I've kind of...
And there's Malakta.
Yeah, still no Malakta. They need to make him.
No, Mattel will not touch that character. There's no, I don't believe for a second that
why?
Those guys...
He's black?
Oh, no, it's probably just because they think people don't know who he is. That's going to be the consensus. Like, no one's going to know who he is. He'll be clogging the shelves. You know.
Yeah, but then at the same time, they put all that garbage from Sandman. And like, that's selling. Totally selling.
That's why I feel like they're not, they don't have the pulse on well, is there even a He-Man community anymore?
It seems different, Tyler. Like the community that existed, like within the Oregon stuff.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of them disband because they're not flipping. They're not. Oh, there we go. No, so it's gonna be great. I can't wait to get it.
With those prototypes.
Oh,
I mean, the Lady Slither sculpt. I mean, her head almost looks kind of like Chakotay.
And that would be cool. I doubt it's gonna happen, but I'd love to have Chakotay in Origins if they could do that too. But it is a similar. But no, as for like when you were talking about the He-Man community, it seems different now. Like now, what I witness are like just the collectors, and in all the He-Man groups that I'm a part of that love collecting He-Man figures, they really do love collecting Origins, because most of these fans are ones that will harken back to the day of the vintage toys that like the aesthetic of it. They're the same ones that probably would have liked classics. I don't see them going nuts over Masterverse, even though there's people that do collect them. But Origins is what people are gravitating towards the most. And I know if they would at least those fans and some of the community that we've seen in the org that, like you say, we don't see much of, I know they'd want him. But Mattel, you're right. I think they just think, nobody's going to want him because he doesn't look cool enough. He doesn't look like, I was like, how does he not look like a warrior? He's beefed. He's buffed up. There's plenty of other characters they've done before that don't look that intimidating, and they still make them. But give us Malakta. He's had so many episodes. He's had such an impact in the world of He-Man that fans do want him. When I posted my first ever custom of him, when I first started doing these, people went nuts. When I did that Origins one, it went pretty fucking viral. It's like,
I don't need it now because Joe already made me one. So.
Exactly. But when I showed that, Nathan, people were going bananas because they're like, he looks badass. They know Malakta. So Mattel, take a fucking chance and release him. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's another thing. They released Koldar. And nobody gives a fuck about Koldar.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And that's it. And you're right. And people bought him, and nobody gives a fuck. But people do give a fuck about Malakta. But yeah, they make Koldar, and most people are like, I was like, hey, you got Koldar. Did you like him? Like, I don't know. What was he in the cartoon or something? They didn't even know he was in the cartoon, but they still fucking bought him. So go figure that shit.
I mean, isn't that kind of part of the problem?
You have this thing where they just love to reach a signal about diversity. Well, then fucking make Malakta. He's black. We want him. He's a popular black character. Give him to us, for fuck's sake.
Honestly, I think at this point, I'd rather buy him from a customer. I'd rather buy a Malakta or a Garn from Joe, because I just feel like that I will give credit where credit's due. The Lady Slither looked really good.
It does.
But
listen to that, everybody. We said it looked good. Please take that.
So the people who got sent to the vaginas of Mattel, take comfort that I said something nice for a change. If they're listening, who knows?
Yeah, they might be. Joe's like, yeah.
Now they're going to botch the sculpt intentionally just to piss you off.
Yeah. They'll give her like these frumpy, fucked up lips, and her eye will be like this. Just like with Sunman. Like even though I know the Sunman sculpt was supposed to be based on the original, but he looked like fucking Kenan Thompson. He looked goofy as hell. There was nothing serious about the character. Just like with Clamp Champ, when they gave him that extra head, it looked atrocious. So I could see them fucking up Malacta's head sculpt because they're just lazy, not paying attention to detail, and just saying, well, no one's going to buy him anyway, so we'll just release minute quantities of with a fucked up face sculpt, and we'll just say limited quantities and jack up the price on the secondary market.
And
we'll sell them.
If they make him, for the love of God, no smiling faces, no angry faces, a stern, confident look. That's what he deserves and what he needs. That should be Malacta's head. So, but we'll see if it happens. Hopefully it does.
I don't see it. I'm surprised some of that stuff, like the prototype He-Man, like calling him Vicron, for Christ's sake. It's just
respect Scott Knightley fanfic.
Oh, I forgot His Majesty. Without him, where would we be today? With all these viruses running about and such, and people dying left and right, and learning that people have real names like Raquel Welch and a series of blinks and all this other Squiddish Rex bullshit. It is Sunday. Maybe we should play like some like orchestral music and give thanks to our Lord and Savior Scott Knightley. I mean, it is Sunday after all. By the way, it's almost game time.
Oh, here we go. In about 4 more minutes, probably. You got 4 more minutes, and then we'll start tip off.
And they're losing.
Let's see what this one's like, Tyler.
Here we go. Let us pray. Everyone bow your heads.
Sure.
Yeah. Dear Scott, we want to thank you for the blessings you've given to our beloved property of spreading the good technovirus from one shitty figure to another, making the bios get worse and worse, making the cartoons that have come since your passing on the line. You have touched the world of Master Universe that continues to keep flowing today and spreading the bullshit virus that only you have created. In
Joe, bow your head. Come on, show some respect.
I can't for that.
So we just want to thank you, and please continue to bless us, this wonderful property, with all your shitty ideas. Keep getting the ear of one Rob David and let him know what he's not doing right and to correct him at all times. So that way the shitty job he's already doing can get even worse. We thank you, we praise you for the blessings you've given us.
Get him down there.
Is there an amen in there?
I can feel like it's really touch-induced in a special way. I'm feeling the power in my hands. I'm feeling the virus in my veins. I'm really vascular tonight. Oh God. Amen.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear God.
I hope that didn't irritate people. I just made that shit up on the fly.
There you go.
I mean, the only complaint I have with it is that the music was. I probably could have turned the music down a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah. And Master's Keep. You're right.
It's only hilarious. It made it funnier that we barely heard him.
Yep. But I want to say, Master's Keep. You're right. Origins rules. I love Origins. I love them.
Well, you're the one.
I am. I love it. I'm all hyped.
I'm hyped up on food. Just prop this
right here. Malacta. Where's my Malacta?
Now, see, what's funny is hypothetically, if I was to make something for Dushin, he doesn't want nothing. He always says it would. You don't want to send it here to wherever the hell you live.
The shipment is crazy from United States to send toys. It would cost you literally like $60.
No. I think that it would be like $25, and that's pretty much it.
Hey, Joe's got some connections, right?
Joe.
Yeah.
When you send comics from the United States, then it costs $20, but figures cost a lot. It's just dumb.
I mean, I've shipped to some far places, and it's usually been about $25. But I honestly, I didn't know it'd be that much shipping where you live, where where the hell that's it.
Oh, wherever.
Hey, times changes.
Yeah.
But
hey, Deuce, you recognize this line from the former Yugoslavia? And what I hear, the Serbs are fanatic about their showers. Not from the footage I've seen.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
Oh dear God, I never watched that show.
Yeah. No,
wait, no,
You
that's
should,
about that.
Joe. It's great.
What a piece of crap.
No, it's not. It's brilliant.
Maybe one
Yeah,
day I'll watch an episode. Wait, hold up. Tyler, now I'll ask you, honestly. If you were to pick one standout, maybe episode that you'd say, Joe, this is a definitive episode of Seinfeld to watch.
Garage, the one in the garage.
I honestly, I wouldn't pick that one. No, I would probably pick either the airport or the Merv Griffin show.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. You link me, and Dushin, you link me of your each
I'm going
favorite
to link
episode
you the
in a-
whole damn show for free.
No.
Well, no,
I just want
wait,
an
Joe,
episode.
Joe, you have Netflix, don't you?
You're gonna watch it. You're gonna love
on
it, Joe.
It's
It's
on
on Netflix.
Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Joe.
All right,
Yeah.
then I will watch a recommended episode from the both of you, and I'll give an honest opinion.
Watch
Alright.
the whole show, Joe. You'll love it. I
No
tell
fucking
you,
way am I watching that whole
honest
series.
to God, you love it.
Actually, you know what? Since I'm such an avid hater of the show as well, I will follow Joe's footsteps. I will watch one of those two recommended. Actually, I'll watch those 3 recommended episodes. And then,
Talk about and now for something different. That'd be weird to give our
no,
impressions.
I'm
of an
not
actual-
wasting a Sunday talking about fucking Seinfeld, Joe. Come on.
Hey, I was
No.
trying to get something good there. Maybe part of
No.
the show. No, you're like fuck it. Okay.
I'll set that one out. Much like if you guys decide that you're gonna do another, we're gonna talk about the live action Master Universe movie again. I'm gonna set that one out. I feel like I've said everything I need
Didn't
to
you
say.
I
sit out
don't
the one
think Joe
time
would
we
even
did
sit
one?
on that one.
Yeah, because we did how many fucking times? And I swear, did you sit out, Nathan, on one, or did you make it through and say fuck it, I'll do it? I couldn't remember.
Let's see. I think there was a discussion on it. We did a commentary on it.
There was the first one that me, Joe, and Captain Dipshit did. That was the first episode. That like the very first episode we've ever done was a discussion. Then I did a separate commentary with Nathan.
Yeah.
And I know we wanted to go back because Rebecca had never got the chance to talk about it.
Yeah, it would
And
be like a
we just
birthday thing for her.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but we never, and we know Rand doesn't like it, so he would ruin it. You know.
I remember Nathan looking absolutely really fucking almost irritated. The
Yeah,
thought
when
of
you guys
doing
brought it up, I'm like, oh god, please not again. Like,
And
how
that
many
wasn't a
times do we
joke.
got to talk about it? It would
Yeah,
be
he was-
like. It would be like the Christmas special because you guys have done that so many.
and we're
fucking
done
times,
doing
too.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, we're not
understand.
doing it again. Yeah, it's not. It's just not. We're
No
next
more of
Christmas.
that.
We're doing Texas Horrible Night. That's what we're doing for our Christmas special.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever episode's closest to Christmas Day, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We're just saying right now.
Yeah. Mark that down. We only got 7 more months.
Yeah, and then we could also do like the Ghostbusters Xmas Marks the Spot too. We can do that as another Christmas episode.
Yeah, I honestly,
Yeah.
I think it would be really fun because we did the show on Christmas last year, correct?
Yeah, we did do one on Christmas, but honestly, like once Christmas Eve is past, I'm like, it's like the excitement's over. you
Well, I
know?
was gonna say if we could maybe work it out and everyone's schedules, whoever would want to be up to it, I think it would be kind of fun if on Christmas Eve we did a live stream, set aside a couple of hours where we're just watching a couple of these Christmas specials from other properties, just back to back, and just
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, hey, Merry Christmas, here, bro."
Yeah,
Star
I mean,
Wars Holiday Special.
No, no.
no, that's where we draw the line there.
At least we can watch the Boba Fett cartoon.
No, it's okay.
What Tyler's looking? He's
Yeah.
tip off or-
What's the score?
They're losing.
It
Oh,
is 12-12. 12-12. They just hit a 3 there. That's only the first quarter. They started
Dude,
actually a little earlier than expected, so thanks a lot, assholes.
Do your best Marv Albert impression.
I can't do Marv Albert.
That's a
an
really
insult.
distinct voice.
Yeah.
That's a yeah.
Yes. No, it's bad. Yeah, it's no good.
You're pretty bad. His son Kenny Albert actually does the hockey commentary.
Oh, does he? Is
Yeah.
he good?
Yeah, he sounds just like his dad though.
Oh, that's cool.
It's freaky, but I mean,
Hey,
expected. Right?
as long as you got it,
Yeah.
Take whatever you
Look
can
at his
get.
eyes.
Can we just spend like the next hour 15 minutes? We'll just have it on Tyler full screen the whole time, and we'll just.
I'm
Talk
watching
about Too
4
Bad,
different
but still
camera
see
angles.
his face. Yeah, we don't care. We won't show us. We'll still talk about Too Bad and seeing his eyes
Yeah.
go down, up.
We just make me the center of attention here.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
else
let's
is there?
rethink that. Never mind, Nathan.
Yeah,
rethink that.
I believe me. Anytime they want to make a joke about my ego or keeping it on me, I will flip it on them, and they're like, you know what? Fuck you, man. We're not
Yeah.
doing this. I'm not doing this.
Pretty
Jerry
much.
Briscoe from the backside.
I didn't make proper graphics in terms because anyone that listens to this the audio version and they're here now, they can hear what we have to say. But I do have some of the images, and I think Dewson's got some stuff with Too Bad as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and transition into that topic. Let's talk about Too Bad. Why did we pick Too Bad this week?
Because he sucks.
Huh?
No.
What?
He sucks.
Is this him joking? Wait,
I
what?
don't know.
He sucks.
He's trying to be controversial here, but he's trying to be offensive and shit.
Yeah, we can just ignore him.
He's
Yeah,
riddled
wait.
with purple virus. Did you see what that thing does? It spreads.
Are you done?
Here, like, Tyler, do you have the vintage figure?
Yes, I do. I get the figure
Get
right
it.
here.
Get it. Tell me how it looks like.
Do it.
Yes, we know it has a-
Hey, wait,
we
you
know
know
it
what?
has
Do it. I'll do it
issues.
very
Silver
slowly.
boots, still silver.
I don't.
Show the boots.
So the boot's still silver. I
Show
know
the
it has
boots.
this purple bleed.
No,
It has a
no,
purple
no.
bleed.
This one, the
There
color,
it is. There it is. There it is.
the
The,
color
purple
has
virus.
faded.
It's
The
on the
color
boot right
has
there.
faded.
It sucks.
It sucks just because of that. Come on, man.
It's crazy.
And this is a
Like, what the
variation.
fuck
There's
is
two
it?
variations. They get the flat back and the rounded back. I got the flat back here, which is not the original one I had when I was a child. I'm not sure where that one ended up at.
I got my round back. I didn't know until when I came on the internet that there was a flat back. I remember when I first seen it, I was like, what the fuck is that? But I mean, he is so like top heavy with the big one that he could. I had to like lean him against the wall all the time. But then I did get a flat back. Just say I have two.
Where's yours?
Oh, mine's bleeding too. Yeah, he's bleeding.
Grab it.
He's got.
Grab
Well,
it.
I got it. No, I can't
Grab it.
because
Grab it. Grab it.
No, because you're gonna be shitty. Now leave him alone. He's still a great figure. God damn it! I love
The
Too Bad.
paint. Joe, the paint
for
is not
God's
supposed
sake.
to spread.
Okay, well, listen. Besides
Uh-oh.
your issue with the paint,
What happened to yours, Tyler? Did you break it?
No. The legs are loose, so I'm trying to place him back on the shelf properly here. Okay.
yeah, he's that big
Alright.
one. His ass would have fell if it would have been the top and back. But I mean,
there we go.
beyond the
I got the
bleeding,
legs.
douche,
proportion,
beyond
yeah.
the bleeding. I mean, but what do you think of the figure? I mean, you actually had an issue with the figure, though. The figure's awesome.
Joe, that thing is weird. The paint is just not supposed to
It's the
spread.
paint.
It's alive.
The
paint.
It's alive.
Wait, I just thought of something though. Your ass didn't have these figures growing up, did you? So you don't have a good attachment to it, do you?
I have it. I had the
You
figure,
have it?
and it has the
You- as a-
purple virus. It's
as a
freaky.
kid?
Not
As a kid,
but not as a
See,
kid.
you would enjoy it as a kid. You playing with this,
But
having him punch
I
himself,
did
back,
have it in the elementary school.
and
This
you
is not
probably
what
thought
I
it was
expected
awesome.
for a Too Bad discussion here. This is already the drizzling shits.
He's
Yes,
pissing me
I
off.
thought
Yeah,
I thought it was good
This
until
this
the
whole
fucking
story.
virus
This
started
is a fucking
happening.
disaster already. For God's sake.
Goddamn douching. He's ruining it.
Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
look at Nathan's
figure.
picture. Joe. Look at Nathan's picture.
It's
look
just
at the boot.
why
Look
does
at
it
the boot.
matter? Look at the paint. Like
That looks cool. The
That's
bleeding,
fine.
like the two.
It's
I like the bleeding of the
supposed
two
to do
bodies
that.
together. It looks awesome.
Who knows what kind of chemical is that? It
actually, look at that. Hey, he was talking, so then I could manually mute his mic. Go ahead.
You muted
Okay.
douching?
Yeah.
This is great. All right,
It's kind of it's kind of awesome because you kind of feel like no one ever has the power to shut that guy up.
Yeah.
And by
Now,
God,
think
here
of
we are,
this, how
fans of power.
big,
We have the power to
awesome,
do anything we
bulky.
want.
It was just such a big ass figure. I loved, of course, having the gimmick of how he could punch himself. I love the spring loaded to it. But I was like, he just looks fucking badass. That is an awesome figure.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm hearing. I mean, douching has to be fucking around just because of that bleeding paint. There's no way anybody. I've never heard anybody say I don't like Too Bad. God damn it, never heard it.
Let me,
He's my favorite. He's my favorite evil warrior of all of them. He's by far my favorite.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. This is I think it's one of Roger Sweet's concepts because I think he did all the original concepts and the essential creation of the character. I think.
That look on the evil head just always looks so fucking gross to me. It's like I couldn't even comprehend really what I was looking at some point. I was like, I'm not a fan of that design. I'm glad
I liked it because I know the previous one with the good and evil. Like I don't as interesting as that is, I don't know if that would have worked. To have a character because you're like, well, is it a good guy or is it a bad guy? And I guess maybe
And I
it's
think,
kind of
they're going for like a both. Like I could see and understand where they were going. I'm glad they didn't go that direction as well. But this, I was not a fan of this design. I guess we'll have to get fucking Dushin back.
I mean, it's
But,
better than the left one, the original. I mean, look at that.
The original's
Yeah.
pretty rough.
just
I mean,
It's one half is evil and the other one is gay.
Well,
I mean, it would have been a concept that would have been, fun to maybe write, but it would have been a hard sell for kids because then you felt like if you got it, what do you do with them? Like literally, what would you do with them?
This would be the figure that Joe would hate instead of Stratos.
I would agree. I would have hated either version of this. I mean, the first one just no, it's not working with the good evil, and the other one,
you wouldn't hate both versions. Let's be honest. The other version,
because I don't know what's going on with that other head.
You would try to eat it.
Yeah, probably, because I'm still trying to say, what the fuck am I looking at on the evil? What is that fucking nasty-eyed? It doesn't blend well with the bump effect. It looks, maybe it would have translated
like a
different
pickle.
into a figure.
Pickle.
Yeah, pickle. I would have fucking ate it then. Yeah, you're right. But I'm glad we didn't get that. I wish if they could add a more interesting other head to go with that pirate kind of head with the evil. Yeah.
How about that? How about this one?
This is, can you zoom it in? Yeah, I can go better with that. I mean, it's better. It's better.
Which I feel like it's kind of a little closer to what eventually would become a blue head or Tuvar.
Yeah. This is at this point the final version is beginning to emerge.
Which with most two-headed characters anyway, it is a two-headed evil character. I think of the sub boss in Killer Instinct is like one of the first ones that comes to mind. It's like a double-headed Cyclops. I think his name is God, I can't remember what his name was. A very cool looking character though. But yeah, I just feel like it would be kind of silly to have a good evil two-headed character. A character like this needs to be full-blooded evil villain for sure. That's a cool. I like how the spinning weapons there, the flying fists and the shields, like picking up speed in that one. There, that's badass. I like that a lot. I remember I specifically asked a friend in elementary school who told me he had some taped He-Man episodes, ones that I had never seen, and one he described was an episode where Too Bad was on an island that He-Man and Skeletor came across, and they had to team up to fight him. Is what he told me. And I remember
liar.
I know. Well, I found out. Eventually he was making shit up, but he said he had it on VHS tape at home. I called him relentlessly that day, asking if he could, make a copy of it for me, and he said he would do it. And of course, he never did. And then to learn years later, he was full of shit. Because I up until that point, I never saw any image of Too Bad in the cartoon until I saw that beautiful painting for the 32 bold new adventures.
Yeah,
when I saw that, it verified that Too Bad was in the car along with Stridle, Roboto, Mossman. It's like, holy
and then we got this shit. I remember being so disappointed on his portrayal and look, and goddamn, because I was just like you. It's like anytime something new or like toy wise when it appeared in the cartoon, I was like, holy fuck, he's in the cartoon now. And then that portrayal was like, this is Too Bad. It sure wasn't what we fucking envisioned, like how he'd sound, how he'd look, be portrayed. That was a fucking Dushin. A question for you, Dushin, and I know you could do this. If Nathan could bring back up like the filmation looks of those Too Bads.
No, that was Deucin that had that.
Oh, that was you, Dushin. Oh, could you? Yeah. All right, and if you could you maybe redraw the heads like on those, and maybe even do maybe an homage to the toy design with how the leg is with the blue leg, how things go into that. But could you make it look more serious? I'd love to see a more serious filmation Too Bad.
I'd say the same thing for Spikor also.
You could. I'd love to see that. Give Tyler and I what we and most people always wanted and what he deserves.
I was, because I felt like that has been a thing for me, because there were certain characters I couldn't wait to see, and when I finally got to see them in the cartoon, from other shows, I was so disappointed with their portrayal, because I kept thinking this character showed up in the cartoon. I couldn't wait to see. I'm trying to think of another one where it was so disappointing.
Maybe.
No, fuck you.
Oh, a disappointment. No, oh wait, I said that before you were starting to talk. I heard
That's your disappointment, not mine.
No, I said I was saying that before I heard you say disappoint. So then, yeah.
God, no. Spikor, I remember being like super disappointed when I saw him. Multibot, I was kind of let down with that one as well. Ratlord and Tongue Lasher, I was disappointed with when I finally saw them. Because a lot of times I didn't see that. I would see images of them on the early days of the internet, like on the Adam Tyner website. There'd be pictures of the characters from the show. So I used to wonder. Oh yeah. God, it was.
I was gonna sorry to kind of like interject. Let's tell the people at home what episodes you can find Too Bad in terms of filmation.
He's in Visitors from Earth, which is not a bad episode, but
the problem with that one is that originally it was supposed to be like Beastman instead of Too Bad, and they just shoehorned him because Mattel cried and whined, and my filmation was like, okay, calm down, we'll put that fucking toy in there. Okay,
yeah.
Now go do whatever you do.
The Capture the Comet Keeper, which he's like the more prominent like evil warrior in the episode. Like Skeletor's the main villain, but like to see. There's that one shot which is interesting, like the kind of profile and then running pose, like when Skeletor commands Too Bad to go take Roton out to attack Tila and He-Man. Like he's standing there, and then you see him run out of frame. Like I always thought that looked cool, but unfortunately he's got those really shitty voices and the goofy ass face. It would have looked so menacing to see him stand there like as you command Lord Skeletor, and then it runs out of frame. And so he talks like this. Remember the last time you tried to capture a comet? It sounds like fucking Johnny Ace. It's terrible. Yeah. It was heartbreaking to hear how bad the voice was for both heads. They're both shitty, and it's unfortunate because that's why I feel like that latter half of season 2 was like the victim of like we gotta lighten things up for all these people pissed off. We're promoting witchcraft and devil worship and shit like that. So all the villains are now gonna be.
In fact, that episode, Capture of the Comet Keeper, it's infamous for having a note in the script for God's sake, Rob, Skeletor is not the devil.
Yeah. But God,
I haven't.
Which I know it ain't all parents. It's just some. I guess there's just some people just gotten.
You can tell that they were just way too concerned about the parent groups and such, and they just out of sheer fear softened the show. But then when Bravestar came in and they just went, "Fuck you all bastards! We're going to make a show that we think the way it's going to be."
I mean, it also goes to the whole point of instead of attempting to ruin it for everybody else, why not just be like, police what your kid watches on TV? Like that is your responsibility. You can't just be mad because this exists. Yes,
but Nathan, they did that. But it's not enough to just police their own kids. They have to police other people's kids.
Yeah.
What everyone watches, because these are some fucking authoritarian fucks we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, another thing too is that is everyone. And I feel like Turtles was another victim of this as well. Is that the property comes out, fists flying, guns blazing, and it makes tons of cash. It's all of the cartoons a big hit, the toys are a big hit, the merchandise, and nothing's happening. The kids aren't committing anything, but parents just don't like it, and then they change everything, and then the decrease starts. Same thing with Turtles. They were the first film, the most successful independent film ever made, the parents at the time. The parents start complaining, and then the quality starts tanking because they start addressing the people who aren't really making the movie for. They're not making it for the parents; they're making it for the kids.
Yeah, and once again, it all. And I get what Deucen's saying, and I hate that. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to set your kid down and be like, yes, there's violence in this. You don't need to do this to other kids. Yes, Raphael says damn a lot in this. You don't need to go around repeating that. That's what my parents told me, and I knew not to do that. So just take care. Yeah, whatever. That's a whole other conversation. But are there any other episodes of Filmation that Too Bad appears in?
Ancient Mirror of Avatar, which we have, Joe has as we all know, has made that mirror for Nathan.
Yeah, no, it kicks ass. Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, which I think it's also written too that episode obviously, and that's something too. It would be interesting to talk with certain writers because I think that's a particular episode that did not end up the way it was supposed to be. Like I think an episode that was.
It was supposed to be a 2-part episode.
Yes, it was supposed to be a 2-part episode, which is why the episode itself. I mean, it's not a good episode. It's a fun concept, but it's smashed. It's compact.
It got mixed in with another script, Angus the Light Keeper or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't
The
work
original
at
idea
all.
was so much cooler because it was going to explore the origin of Castle Grayskull. Like if you've seen the cutaway drawing of Castle Grayskull and all that detailing about its origin, the Fission Wars, those who built it out of the graveyard of animals, the script was going to be all about that.
And yet, look at what we got. I mean, it's no joke. You know, that last, like, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 episodes of season 2 it's bad. It's not good at all. Like the problem with Power is lumped in there, which is probably the best concept of those episodes. I don't think it's a very good episode, as I've said before. But you know, there's a lot of idea. Like you got, I'm getting off topic here. You got the Capture the Comet Keeper, Ancient Mirror of Avatar. There's a cameo of Too Bad in the episode Here There Skeletors Ever, which is cool to see Too Bad next to Modulok, a character in the show who was looking to add an extra head to his body, which I always thought was so cool that Skeletor has his own evil warrior with 2 heads. Hordak has his own evil with 2 heads. I just thought wouldn't it be kind of cool because Modulok in the show is a scientist. Too Bad is supposed to be a strategic and intelligent evil warrior to help Skeletor with coming up with battle plans and schemes and other kinds of evil plans, warfare and things like that, which obviously never came to fruition. In any interpretation of the character from the UK to here in the States, the character is never perceived as a strategist in any shape or form. It even says on the packaging.
There was the newspaper strip, the first one.
Yeah,
where he was pretty much bossing around the evil warriors, and they were piloting Collector. He was acting like the captain of the ship.
Oh, okay. I think I'd forgotten all about that. Yeah, so I'm glad Dewson said that. So at least there is a snippet of command, because I feel like he is certainly a character that should have been higher in the ranks just based on his concept and the title that's given to him. I think even in the style guide, which I can't remember, but he is a strategist, which should make him quite formidable. That he's not someone who's just kind of pushed around. If anything, if you don't want to make him smart, he needs to be someone that is fucking feared by everybody. I mean, like a 2-headed, monster that can talk, and he's not just he's just someone you would not want to fuck with. And at least with MYP, they gave him a little bit more credibility as a genuine intelligent villain. But I still would have liked to have seen the character as someone that is sitting at Skeletor's council table, maybe with Clawful and Cobra Khan and Evil N, which I always kind of felt like should be some of the more intelligent members of the group that would be in constant counsel that Skeletor would talk to, confide in, pick up, tips about, hey, well, we just got messages from this, or what have you learned about, from the on the other dark side of Eternia or the Badlands or whatever the case may be. I'd like to think that Too Bad would be someone that is commanding in battle, or is and even when we just meet with Skeletor by himself, and they're all sitting there together, coming up with how do we break into the land of shadows? How do we usurp the latest Horde invasion or something like that? I don't know, but
well, before we transition into Too Bad and MYP. We're going to establish that while cool to see Too Bad in Filmation, across the board, there is disappointment with the voice acting, for sure.
Oh, God, yes.
That brings it down immensely. And before we also jump ahead, I want to get into many comic appearances. But first, we do have this from Febmon, which I think does need to be mentioned. It's not Tyler's favorite. In the UK magazine Comics, Too Bad is shown as an inventor for Skeletor.
I could see him having some say in that. I still like, because I know Joe and I touched on this. Like, I feel like Trapjaw should be more of like, not like a cliche inventor, but a guy who clearly can, has a variety of weapons for himself. I like to think he is someone who would have more of a knack for technology, since he's a cyborg. And then Spikor being a blacksmith, someone who helps create, edged weapons and things like that. I mean, I could see it too bad, helping out in the lab maybe to a certain degree. Anyone else have any thoughts on that? Or
well, I was just going to give everyone an update. At the end of the first quarter, the Miami Heat are beating the Boston Celtics 30-22.
Yes, they are.
Oh no!
Joe, get in here. You've been kind of quiet. I know you're sitting over there in your food coma after your delicious steak and everything, but like,
was it Steakums?
Yeah, no. He said he didn't want to get into it. He said it would be an.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we'll never hear the end of it. Like, oh my god! And then our conversation will have just been too bad.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of that. Actually,
I'll be here all week.
Yeah, we're getting that in the chat too. Gavin saying it's too bad. Didn't get more recognition. Well, how do you feel, Joe, about the whole inventor aspect? Tyler touched on you guys talking about Trapjaw being kind of more leaning in that aspect of Skeletor's minions. What you got going? What you got going on?
Fuck you, Jason Tatum.
What happened?
It's just like fucking scored a clean layup, and he's like.
Tyler hates it when players on other teams have their celebration. He hates Steph Curry's little shimmy that he does. I know that.
Yeah, I love to clothesline the hell out. Even though he's a great player, very nice guy, but when he fucking shimmies with his mouth guard hanging out, I just knock the fuck out of him.
All right, Joe. What are your thoughts on the inventor thing? Come on.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
No, we can go right to NYP. We heard everything about that.
Well,
I will say, like,
you weren't even listening, were you, Joe?
Joe's watching the game too.
Yeah,
could you imagine
sending him smutty pictures or something like that?
yeah.
They were sending pictures of Jim with like a pickle like running across the lips, and Joe's like, "Yeah, it's great."
No, Joe's like the guy in Boogie Nights when Dirk Diggler pulls his pants down and he sees his big old dick and he just like stares for 20 seconds.
Yeah, but Joe's looking at someone holding a big old pickle between their legs. And... but I will say this, like and maybe on a future episode I could share this at some point, because this I'm not worried about people not, if this comes out like, oh no, I did write a mini comic story that made Too Bad the focal point, and Deucin read it, like checked, fact checked it, and gave his thoughts on it, and I went back and made some changes that he suggested. I'm like, oh my god, if I can make Deucin like it, I'm like, okay, I think I'm going somewhere with this. So it was a mini comic project for a Three Towers kind of a fan project that was going to come out, and I wrote a mini comic to do a sequel to the Ultimate Battleground. How that story ends with Skeletor's going to come back with all those evil warriors, and it's going to be one big giant fight. So I wrote a sequel to that and made Too Bad the focal point of it. Obviously, Deucin seems upset with this. He's not impressed at all by this.
I don't know. He looks pretty impressed to me.
No, I guess he's getting off on it. Okay, well, I stand corrected there. But maybe I will share that at some point. Yeah, I'm getting off on it too there. But I did make Too Bad like a commanding character. That's someone who does research, who is not afraid to kind of go over Skeletor's head and do his own thing. So maybe one day we can share that story on the podcast there for people.
He's losing his mind. All right, before we get to NYP, how about mini comics? Let's talk mini comic appearances. I got this little thing on.
I like this one a lot just because I thought Beastman looked very Filmation-like, so did Skeletor, and I was very excited because I got Too Bad for my 4th birthday, and I love this mini comic a lot. Even though he's portrayed as a buffoon and doing the kind of what you'd expect kids to do, like arguing with himself, So.
Well, what mini comics does Too Bad appear in, Joe? Let's let Joe do it.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Where am I right now? What's this show called?
Fan. Phony. Big fat phony.
I am a fat, phony fan. Big, fake, phony fan.
Well, Battle of Roboto and the Flying Fists of Power are the only two mini comic appearances by Two Bad, unfortunately.
See, now that's a real fan, Joe.
Yep.
Well, I'm lost. Is Joe doing something on purpose here, where he's
I
like,
don't know. Like, what's wrong with him?
No, I'm fine. I really did eat a lot. It has me slightly calm, but I am fine. I promise.
This is
God.
this is Joe
I wonder if like
sedated.
his local church came over and like
Did
provided
you
this
eat
big ass meal for him or
brownies?
something like that.
Did you eat
No.
brownies?
No
Brownies.
Yeah, his nephew snuck in a little secret ingredient or something.
LSD,
Angel dust.
cocaine.
No, we've seen Joe on
Cocaine.
cocaine, which is usually
Really?
any other time. Man, are you legitimately? Are you okay?
Yes, I feel.
Well,
Maybe
you're
it's
never
the
this
meat
quiet,
sweat.
Joe.
I am
I'm
feeling-
Like, why
Which
isn't Joe
weird.
interrupting me?
I feel.
Maybe it's a
strange.
brain tumor.
It's
I
not
feel
a tumor.
It's
really
not a
hot and
tumor. It's
sweaty.
not a tumor at all.
It might be the aftermath of meat sweats or something, because I do feel
Meat
really
sweats?
warm. And, yeah, and I got the air on too, but ooh, that's a lot. I
That's
do.
how
I
it
feel
sounds
really
like,
warm.
It's like a metaphor for Joe being horny. Like I got the meat sweats.
Yeah. Watch out, Jenny.
Yeah.
My sausage is sweating.
Oh, I see that. Pop my mask.
JSP says, Joe, is this going to be like the time you ate those 3+ donuts and got sick at the end?
No. I don't think I'll get sick. It's just really, really warm. I mean, I'm really warm.
Why don't you turn the air on?
He's got the air
That's what
on.
I said. I did.
Oh.
I turned it on, but
You're,
it's like
you're
now
not paying attention either. What the hell's going on?
Joe,
Hey, I'm
Joe,
watching
Joe,
the
Joe.
Miami Heat winning right now.
Joe, how many screens do you see?
That's a trick question because he's got his laptop and the
Yeah,
tablet.
so I got eight.
That makes
I
it
got
worse.
8 screens. Yeah,
Joe, how many fingers am I holding up right now?
8 or
Okay.
4 fingers in one thumb, or 7 fingers in a thumb. Oh my God, I do
What?
need help. Well, 7 fingers in a thumb, so some people don't count the
Okay,
thumb as a
yeah,
finger.
right.
Oh dear God, help me.
Joe,
All
Joe, does the time seem to fly slow?
Just a little. I had too much to eat. I really did. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
but yeah,
fine.
let's
It's
talk
fine.
about this.
Yeah, how did you guys feel about the MYP incarnation of Two Bad?
I fucking loved it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
I enjoyed it. I love seeing
And
the
they're-
bounty hunters and the difference of them both and their looks and everything and how they got merged. But I like seeing 2 different characters. I like that they had a really good personality. They didn't oaf them up. And I
Excellent
thought the
design.
designs,
Yeah,
and
the
the
design
design,
was
the
wonderful.
designs are fantastic. And I like how they had like a different size, with one being like a little more stoic the way he stands, the other more like creature-like, hunched
Hulk-like.
over. And
Yeah.
And then when
For
they
him,
merged,
it especially made sense to the beastly half to be hunched.
and
Yeah.
I like it, and I like how then it is. It's like like it's not perfectly symmetrical. It's like there's just a creature mode of even when they're merged together. I like the design of that. I really love the look of that in the cartoon and in the figure. It was perfect for me.
And what
what made it-
episodes does the character appear in? when it comes to
well-
that?
Island.
Oh God.
We're gonna talk about that one.
No, we're not. We're not dabbling in that Philly Jack.
Talk about
bullshit.
what?
yeah. I like how he brings it up. It's like, oh wait, yeah, that's right. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, we can talk about Michael Bay's The Island instead.
Oh no,
Yeah.
You know what I remember about that? They were hyping up. It's like, oh, you're going to see Scarlett Johansson's titties in this one. I think that's the only reason people bought a ticket to that movie. Because
I didn't want to see it because I was like, "Fuck that movie."
that's her and Ewan McDonald, right?
Yeah, you're on McDonald.
John's uncle.
Yeah.
Obi.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
God, he's a shitty Obi-Wan too. It's not his fault though.
Yeah.
It's a shitty
I got
script.
confused when they released that Masterverse figure. Why they switched the bodies for the one being?
I'm
Oh,
sure
we'll-
that was
we'll get into that, Joe.
The brain of Ron Rob Dervin.
I just didn't understand that.
They broke new ground.
Well, did you at least enjoy the 2000X figure, Dushin, since it didn't have the bleeding effect? Did you at least enjoy that?
Yes, it's normal. That's
Okay.
how a toy should be like.
Okay.
I would
Just
love
curious.
the two up statue.
You shouldn't be
of
using
Too Bad.
potentially dangerous chemicals.
It is an awesome figure.
Well,
Yeah, I wish
will-
they had better packaging.
I know. It would. I don't. And you know
I
what?
hated the packaging.
And yet we're all led to believe or told that they and apparently they did. There's no bullshit. They sunk a lot of money to
Into
get this line
fucking
going.
what though? I mean, not only front, but that
I
back is bullshit. The back is pictures of the fucking figures. No art, no nothing. It's the laziest goddamn shit I ever seen. It's like, what the fuck were they thinking? I hate that goddamn 2000X packaging.
You know, that's something too.
That logo stinks.
What's that? What stinks?
That logo.
The logo is flat.
Yeah,
I mean,
I hate that.
I mean, is it when it first came? Because I was so like a junkie, like I'll take it all. Even though not all of it was as exciting, but you do have to wonder. Well, knowing that they killed it with so many variants, you're like, okay, well, where did the budget go? There was virtually no commercials for the toys. The displays in the stores were minute. Had like a banner in Walmart, and they all had like sections, but. I'm like, I don't know where the money went because they didn't go into tons of new sculpts. There was shitloads of He-Man and Skeletors all over the place, as we all know. Maybe one day with all of us as this new group, we can discuss it again. But
I'm just blown away that they put so much into it. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that into any of the package design or promotion or nothing, because I sure the hell didn't see it. Unlike what you remember from the 80s, the amount of store displays, the 3D ones, it was just that stuff was everywhere. And then we get this, it's like, oh, here's a banner again with the fucking figures on it. It's like, where is the art for this? There was just no goddamn art.
And what's weird too is that and I can't remember what everyone else's thoughts on, but that beautiful Ken Kelly poster that was done to promote it, like when I'm like, why wasn't images like that? The paintings, like even if you didn't like Ken Kelly's artwork,
should have been more though. But it should have been more
of that. Yeah, like to draw the kids in, to see it on the aisles, like this big banner of like the cover for the PlayStation game, which is essentially the Ken Kelly artwork. I think modified a little bit. Or something like that.
Speaking of which, didn't the initial version of that have Filmation Grayskull?
It had. Oh God, I have the poster somewhere too. It's not. I don't know. I don't know where it's at.
They put that artwork on everything. I had a puzzle of it.
Yeah. Well, Snake Mountain looked drastically different too. I like the design of it. And Grayskull was very. It was a lot like Filmation Grayskull. It's almost like King Kelly was. Almost kind of given. I mean, he had the new Power Sword, and Cringer's on there, but he's like right there. Let's see, this is different. This is the different version.
This is the final version.
Okay. Well, but if you see the Ken Kelly version, which is a completely different look of Snake Mountain and Grayskull.
Google it, Nathan. Google it.
I'm working on it.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that that poster was on. Also, if you got the. God damn it! Some of the vehicle or the little Hot Wheels cars, they have mini posters. Yeah. But
it was that. I remember I bought that poster before the toy line really started. I remember because I think Val had some posters that there it is. See, look at that. Look how beautiful.
Filmation Grayskull. Why didn't they keep that?
I don't. I love both designs. Like Cringer looks. I mean,
Cringer.
I mean, look at him. I mean, there's no Battle Cat outfit on him, so that right there is Cringer. But Skeletor
Cringer.
He's making fun of how you said Cringer. He's
but you're also trying to say 3, and it sounds like tree. So
Deucin, who is Deucin to be making fun of how anyone talks?
Yeah, exactly.
There
you beat me to it.
No, who asked that? Pop Hood said, what happened to the video game? It was released in the UK, but it was never released here. It was supposed to, but when the line got canceled, and that was it, we never got it. And
the Game Boy Advance game did come out. That was the only game released.
Yeah, the Game Boy Advance game came out, and I remember people bitched about the controls, but I played through it fine. I loved it. I know Nathan played it and never beat it.
I streamed it, and the controls are kind of junky.
But I acclimate to controls very easy, because I was a really great video game player.
All right, well, Fedmon
Joe was like the Rain Man of video. I'm a very good player.
There's a repaint of that, which... Yeah. Oh, wait.
I was going to read it, but you already started going, Joe, so go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the figures...
It was a shitty repaint. It was a mindless repaint.
Yeah. Nathan, you want to bring that up, or do you just want me to grab the toy? Because I know when I get up, you're always like, you don't have to fucking get up. I can Google image and do it right here. So I didn't know what you
know. What
do.
I should make your ass get up and do it. You need to work off some of that food that you ate anyway.
I do. Do you want me? It's right here. I'd be back in 7 seconds.
No, I'm already.
Piss off. I had it individually. I could have rolled it around. but it is
No.
just a quick
Okay,
repaint.
go
that-
get
yeah.
it. Go get it. Go get it. Go
No,
get it.
there,
No,
boom.
There it is. I still bought it, but I didn't flip over it. I was like, nah. It's
Garbage.
yeah. I didn't like any of those goddamn repaints. They were
No.
just senseless. Same
Yeah.
thing with Cyclones and the
It-
others. Like,
I-
Oh, they were all bad. I mean,
yeah, that's
when
what I
saw
said.
they
None of
came
them
out,
were good.
Yeah,
didn't get it.
It was fucked up because they just repainted all the figures we'd already got, and the Snakeman figures were done by a different. I don't know whether they were resourced out to somebody else, and then we never got Squeeze, Tongue Lasher, or Snake Face in the line, but
At least we
got
got them in action form, which goddamn
Yeah.
it, they're so fucking
Which-
beautiful. So
yeah.
maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because if we got figures, they probably really fucked them up, and they would have
Yeah.
looked silly. They would have gave it some goddamn King Hiss
Outsourced
treatment.
out, excuse me.
Yeah.
But one thing before is like Larry Gentile, who wrote The Monster Within, which was the Too Bad Origin episode, which is something we need to genuinely give thanks to the Lord, and one of the many few Lords and Saviors in terms of quality storytelling with He-Man.
Let's next time we do a watch along NYP, let's do that episode. How about that?
I think we already did The Monster Within, but you guys want to do it again?
Wait,
If we could have more people,
I think it was just me and Joe back in the day. I think
way back in the day, so to have
or,
everybody be a part of
or
it makes it
maybe
better.
we just discussed the episode. We didn't do a watch along of it.
Well, either way, I mean, we have more people now. We
We
can
got
all
more
do
people,
it,
so
so
you
it's
know
more
what? Fuck it.
perspectives.
Let's just we will do a watch along of The Monster Within regards, because I feel like Larry was definitely hit the episodes he wrote were definitely some like The Price of Deceit and Lessons, which was introduced the Faithless one too. So even that was the only good part of that episode. But he I think he by far has some of the better, more memorable episodes, like the more action oriented, good storytelling, good character development, personalities of the characters. He just, like always, it's a shame that he didn't write more. I know he wanted to bring back Chakotay for 2000X. He has said
cool.
that. Yeah, that'd have been badass. But
Yeah.
How about the classics figure?
yeah. Oh, of course.
Why you say
Here we go.
What,
Yeah, you
what's
can't.
the
Yeah, you
problem?
can't complain about the paint on this one, Grim.
So what is your problem with it?
He looks bloated.
Oh my
Bloated.
God. His chest is he's got a barrel
He's supposed
chest.
to be big. He's double-bodied. What would you have done different? I don't understand. Why is he bloated? God, I want to. No, I'm not going to get it off the
look at
shelf.
him.
Oh my God, they're
Look at
almost up
him.
like 30 points in the game, man.
It's like he's about to let out a massive fart.
No, Tyler doesn't know how to count. They're only up by 21 currently.
Well, it just looked. Well, it's 59 to 39.
Hold on a second. I think it's just
20
I think
20
it's the
points.
way
It
you're
just-
looking at
It
that
just
right
looked like
there,
it. Sorry, I'm just excited right now.
wait.
I mean-
Yeah, I guess my feed is behind. It's saying that there's 4 minutes and 32 seconds in the second quarter.
No, it's 3 minutes and 24
See, look,
seconds.
Oh,
look,
okay.
Dushin. I think it's just maybe that look or the angle or something. It's like he looks fucking monstrous. Look at that.
He
looks
looks like
ready-
he's about to puke out of both of his heads.
He looks like he's ready to kick the shit out of somebody. You're telling me this does not look awesome? Just maybe it's just how that pose is? This is badass. I don't get it.
He looks like he's gonna puke.
He's got no. Never mind. I can't
Here,
believe.
this comes from the whoosh. Here is
Yep,
a comparison
I like that
between.
site.
Look how good 2000X figure looks like.
Well, yeah, I know, but still, the fucking classics one is still awesome in its own right. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they gave different.
Bloated.
No bloated. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I think Too Bad is one of the characters that across the board doesn't have a bad figure.
No, not until
Period.
the current regime.
Well, here's the. Speaking of which, here's the Masterverse figure, which
That
I
looks
don't.
strange as fuck.
It's a little weird, but compared to
What
some of
is
the
the
other ones in the
blue
line,
house
it's not
hunch?
the worst one.
It's just
Where's
they
the look
reversed the
up front?
hunch. Yeah, they definitely reversed the hunch, but he looked just gangly weird. He
Yeah,
looks
it
fucking
looks
really
very
awkward.
Odd.
Awkward as hell. No, I'm not a fan of that. If people
No.
like him, great, but I'm not.
Well, there is Masterverse compared to Classics.
I mean, I'm
Look,
looking
right-
at that.
right
That
there,
looks
right there.
very. It just looks like it looks like a really shitty fan custom. I'm not trying to go after Masterverse because I don't like. I'm saying that does not look like a figure that was done by a company. It looks like a real shitty custom.
But also the reply of if somebody was to say, but it's bigger. I don't give a shit if it's bigger. It doesn't make it better.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
He looks like he's in pain.
Keep telling yourself that, Joe.
Hey, you know,
that's why he tells Jenny all the time. Hey, bigger and better, baby. This is pretty good, right? I gotta
say it, you know. Yeah, I gotta say it. But
you know, the size of the boat. She's like, well, it takes a long way to get to Normandy in a rowboat, Joe.
That's right. Hey, I can. Never mind.
We're not going to get into your details, but yeah, the Masterverse, it's not the worst one in the line. It's okay, but right here, this is the cream of the crop.
The cream. I was going to say the same. And I love like the stern brow on the 2000X Badger head. Like I think it's one of the best parts of that figure is the brow beating look and the fangs there.
Yeah, the way the teeth
Very
are
quickly, Nathan, if you can, I know this is being anal, but could you just get to my screen and hold on, let me switch it. Look at the intensity, of course, the blue face. Just look at the intensity and the anger of his face. Now, could you bring up the Masterverse one again with his crazy ass looking face? I'm curious. And again, yes, he does have more articulation, but look at that blue face. Are you telling me that blue face? Hold up.
There was a comparison photo right here.
I know, but the reason I brought it up close was there's no way. I mean, now the one that's the purple head, they're trying to open the mouth and the eyes make him look more psychotic, but there's no way that blue head looks more intense than the fucking one on Classics.
Yeah, he looks like he's in pain.
And he kind of looks like he's smiling with the purple head. He looks like he's just, I don't know, relishing.
He kind of looks like Howie Mandel in Little Monsters.
Oh, yeah. Actually.
Yeah.
But my favorite, to be honest, out of all of them,
shoulder boulder holder.
I do like the 2000X one the most. That is my favorite. I do like the 2000X too. Yeah, I actually do. Yeah,
I would say I think the 2000X sculpt is probably in the top 3 of the original sculpts of the 2000X
line.
The
design. I love the design. And admittedly, the blue face on the 2000X one, he ain't looking
looks
pissed,
very intelligent. Like he looks like he would be the smart one of the two.
Like how it is in the cartoon. Yeah, because in the cartoon, he's supposed to be the more intelligent one and the one that can do all that crazy shit. But the beast form of there on the purple, that one looks fucking intense. He looks a little more insane.
And like how Deucin was like, he doesn't like. I like the bleeding over, but like right there, the skin colors are kind of like they're uneven, which I like that. Like the little bit of blue over here, a little bit more purple.
You know, I never looked under his crotch. I mean, his loincloth.
Well, I didn't either. A lot of people didn't.
Wait, no. I wonder if his leg is bleeding.
I wonder if he's got 2 dicks.
No, I'm saying on the 2000X figure. Balls. I wonder if his leg is bleeding there.
Are you bleeding out of your pee-pee?
I just want to look underneath his loincloth. Jesus Christ.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Joe. Watch Joe be a pervert on the podcast.
Yeah, we're doing it live. It's almost halftime, right, Tyler?
I'm grabbing it.
I'm
curious.
Almost halftime?
Almost halftime. It's just over 2 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
Tyler, how can you watch the game when Joe is about to give Tubet a prostate exam?
Why are you watching that ball when you can see Joe look at these balls?
At this point, nothing shocks me anymore.
No, look, his crotch, I mean, his leg's okay, so it's not bleeding. I thought maybe it was going to bleed. Huh.
We're going to get canceled.
I just was curious.
Why would they go through the effort to paint that when you're not even going to see it, though, Joe?
Because they could still do shit like that. They've done that on other figures and
like
stuff.
Joe.
Yeah, they do extra details without you having to see it, Nathaniel. They've done that stuff before, so fuck, they can do it.
Shit!
Oh God, what's going on in the game?
I mean, Jimmy just like did this like fade away and got knocked down and went in like, fuck!
He's on fire!
He's on fire. He's heating up.
Hey, I forgot about his arm swinging action. Both of them got some arm swinging action. I forgot about that. Did you see that?
Oh,
no,
yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wow, jerk off
action. Joe's got that too.
Joe's got arm swinging action too.
He does. How did I never pay attention to that shit before?
I don't because you're not a little kid who plays with figures.
You think that? I don't
look at him. He's
I'm having fun. I'm having a fucking blast. What are we getting to next? What other shit we looking at? Or we hit on everything?
Well, someone's
remember
in love with Tyler Baker, so there you go.
No, I'm
Hey, got a fan. Kaz is gonna find you over there at PowerCon.
Little Monsters. Haven't thought of that movie in a long time.
still holds up. It's a lot of fun and still.
I haven't watched
it
in a long time. I need to.
Yeah.
I need to.
It's. I remember being. There's certain once things start getting serious. I remember being genuinely scared because which Art from the Burbs plays Slick, like the real big hulking monster in it, who's like the bodyguard or like right hand monster of Boy, which I guess Joe hasn't seen Little Monsters. I'm assuming he hasn't.
Oh, I don't fucking remember that movie. No, I don't.
It's got Fred Savage.
No, I don't remember it. But
of course you don't.
Hey, Kaz, remember you come to PowerCon, Tyler will autograph anything you want. See, meet Tyler Baker in person. Look, see, you got a super fan,
everything, Joe. Literally everything.
Literally, no.
You know he's going to get weird requests.
Do you guys want to watch the Too Bad commercial for the figure?
Oh yeah,
sure, let's do it. Hopefully we can.
Too bad.
I don't think there would be an issue with this.
I would fucking hope not. I've seen people review that in goddamn channels. I've seen people do all sorts of shit. It's like, but we'll see.
All right, here we go.
Too bad. We'll be double trouble for He-Man.
He-Man.
I'll get him. No, he's mine.
Too bad Skeletor and He-Man figures each sold separately. Too bad.
Well, an evil warrior. Two warriors. The name's
Oh, shit.
Too bad. Too bad for you. Oh, yeah? Who wants me first? You get him. No, I'm getting out of here.
Too bad. New from the Masters of the Universe collection. Other action figures each sold separately. From
Mattel.
I don't like seeing Too Bad bitch out. He should have kicked the shit out of He-Man. Why did he run? He's right there, ready to fight him. He knocks something down, and then Too Bad
He's
runs.
a disease-ridden freak.
You're a disease-ridden freak, you fucker. Leave him alone.
The purple paint is not supposed to spread like that.
Oh no! See, this is how you can tell Joe's getting pissed off because he's starting to do his little baby.
And he's starting to do
voice
his
that he
Elmo voice.
Yeah.
The drugs wore off.
Yeah. Stop touching me, Amato. Coming this Christmas.
Shit. What the hell else do we? What else we got, Nathan? And then after that, we'll get to
I have a Men on
fans.
Card Too Bad if you guys would like to see it.
Yeah, sure.
For
Why not?
fuck's sake, here
Sure,
we
why
go.
not?
I just know Joe is like, even
Go
though
get it,
he's
go get it,
done-
go get it, go get it.
I mean, what else would you like to cover in regards to Too Bad? I feel like we
No,
kinda...
that's it. If we covered everything.
Do you watch basketball?
Do I watch?
I used to
Oh,
watch
no,
it
Joe,
obsessively.
not
no,
you.
I used to obsessively, and then no, not anymore.
Did you see that? Did you see that game when one player got elbowed to his face and he fell and his eye fell out?
Is this a joke? Because that sounds gross as hell.
Oh, it's real. It really
No, I
happened.
don't want to see that. Please don't show me though. If you have links,
Show it,
don't do that.
Show it.
No. We can't show
Oh
that
yes,
on here.
you dream it in
Hey,
your dreams.
Don't send it in a message either. I know you and your shit. Do not send that to me. I do
I
not
will
want to.
send you an HD picture.
You better not. But that's fucking it. So if any of these people in the chat have any questions for us from comics, cartoons,
Well,
any
here's
fucking
Too Bad
thing
Men
out
on Card. If anybody,
there, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Why is it yellow?
Oh God, damn you!
I
Deucin.
think I had gotten this from a store in no wait. I'm trying to remember if I had ordered this from like an online toy store from like the early 2000s, or my dad got this at a store in Winchester.
It's still a
But
great piece. And
the bubble has yellowed, which I knew that at the time. I think upon buying it.
yellow, but it's still fucking awesome.
Hey, how does the boot look on that one?
Well, I'll open up
the paint.
Yeah. I got this packaging. The protective case comes from ZoloWorld.com.
And what's weird is when you showed it, I was going to let everybody know. Go to ZoloWorld.com. They have those cases on sale right now. So
they're in stock. Because I have all right. The boot is
Tough to see with the yellowing.
Actually it looks like,
because I think they
Crusty.
bleed even in there.
no, it's kind of hard. There is a little bit of bleeding. Actually,
Is it
looks like
pulsating?
it looks like the orange shield kind of bled onto it.
I can see that
Good.
happening.
Well, because from the angle here, it looks like there's some orange bleed through on the silver boot. So yeah, there is some bleeding on the boot there, and there's a crack on the top of the bubble here. But
Could you show
the
that up
back
close
of the
around
card,
the boot? Or excuse, let's see.
like it's gonna be kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
It doesn't look. That doesn't look too. From here, seeing it doesn't look too
Too
bad.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
but I mean, like everything on the back here, it's very vibrant, very colorful. Like there's no fading on there. You see that beautiful cross cell artwork that 2000X just shit the bed on. You know,
Much like Tyler years ago.
yes, I did. Yeah, on our infamous American Gladiators episode.
Yeah, when he didn't know that we were live.
Yeah, I did shit
funny.
the bed. I wasn't feeling good that day. And I just tried too hard to fart, and I sharted all over the place.
Here's a question from K. Buki. Love the vintage toys so much. Are you flat back or round back fans?
Round back. I didn't know about. Again, I didn't find out about the flat back until I got on the internet. But
On your Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah, no, it just looks strange to me when I finally seen the flat. Like, hey, what's going on? It's missing all that beautiful sculpt from the back. Like I said, the round back. I mean, it's heavier and fuck, but it still just looks more intimidating, menacing, and just awesome. So yeah.
What about you, Tyler? Flat back or round back when it comes to fans?
They both look good. Flat back was the one that I had from China. I used to wonder why his back was so flat, because it was just kind of an oddity thing.
Mm-hmm.
It makes more sense for the round back, but I like both since I own that one. But I truly like them both, but the round back makes more sense.
Yeah, round back for me as well.
What
about
don't
you,
ask Dushin, because he doesn't fucking like anything.
I don't like it.
I have a flat back.
Well, that's good.
I got a round back.
Here is a question from Gavin. Hi, Tyler. Giga Chad of Fans of Power. I give you $5 million and a list of heroes I'd like you to play. Which would you choose? Captain America, Punisher, Nick Fury, Guy Gardner, or Wolverine?
God, I don't think I would look right as Punisher, as much as I love the character. I don't know. I mean, I guess
Captain America.
Too big for Wolverine. You're too big for Wolverine.
Yeah, but Wolverine is always, like in the comics, he's not drawn like very small. Like he's shorter at times. I guess it depends on the artist, but
he's a midget.
What? Well, technically, yeah, he's supposed to be like what? I think 5 foot, 5'2". Yeah, he's very short.
Really tiny.
Smaller
than Warwick.
Yeah.
You shut up.
But either Punisher or probably Captain America though. I think I could really. I think I could do that pretty good.
Speaking of, since Warwick Davis is here, Warwick, I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about Disney Plus removing some things off of their service, including one Willow TV series?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
he is a mad scientist.
They're taking some of the shit off of their
service. A lot of shows are.
They lost 4 million subscribers.
Yeah. They did.
I mean, when you're putting out like shitty content, what do you expect?
Yeah, just for the sake of putting out content.
Your audience that they're racist, that they're misogynists. Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you.
It's about time some of these people take a beating. Honestly, like at some point, this putting out stuff and not caring about the quality it's got to catch up with everybody. It has got to stop at some point, and hopefully it'll make everyone in Hollywood, not just Disney, but like, look, we can't just keep churning this shit out.
Yeah. Speaking of another thing, latest Indiana Jones is a piece of shit.
Well, I'm hearing it's getting bad reviews. I don't want to spoil it, so don't say anything that's going to spoil
what's weird? It's funny because I saw one, like the reactions from Cannes had come out from it, and it sounded like people were.
They said they gave it a 5-minute standing ovation, and people were like, well, they gave like Clerks 2 a 15-minute standing ovation. So what does that say? But I also saw in a review, and I'm like, this must be pretty bad if it's saying we truly didn't know how good we had it with Crystal Skull. And I'm like, holy fuck.
Oh my God.
Two things, Nathan. First, Havoc Staff said he's 5'3", not 5'2", so I was short 1 inch. Secondly, what you just said about that 15-minute standing ovation, that was before the movie. That was them standing ovation for Harrison Ford, just for being there. Then when the movie was shown, and afterwards, it was like
he's not dead. Grumpy as fuck too when he was there.
Yeah, so so it was basically it was dead silence almost afterwards. People were whispering during the movie, like, "What the fuck are we watching?" So yeah,
they didn't need to make another one, and I don't want
no,
honestly, I
I
don't.
don't want to see it.
If
I don't give a
Disney's
fuck.
doing it, I don't want to see like a young Indiana Jones or any of that
I
shit.
almost
Like,
knocked my mask
just
again.
you just be done with it. Philippe asked this: is Spinnerack coming back? Also, who's your favorite Spider-Man artist? Spinnerack will come back. Tyler
it's
and
just
I gotta.
we got to get our schedule lined up to where like we have a night, because Nathan works during at night during the work week, whereas I'm off, and then Saturdays,
Saturdays are busy.
We're busy doing stuff. Plus I go to bed a hell of a lot earlier.
Memorial
than Nathan,
Day.
typically.
I got Memorial Day off coming up.
Okay, maybe we could do something in the evening or something like that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, maybe
something like
maybe
that.
Spinnerack Memorial Day, that'll be next Monday actually. Monday.
Yeah, so
May
maybe
29th.
we could work out something there.
Yeah.
Well, and if we will make something because we still, and Nathan still hits me. He wants to do another one. I want to do it too because they're fun. But Mark Bagley has always been my favorite. I like Gil Kane. I like Ross Andrew, John Romita.
John Romita's good.
Yeah, and he did a little bit, and of course, John Buscema dabbled a little bit in Spider-Man, which I like. Anything John Buscema did was great. I like the Steve Ditko stuff. Like I know a lot of people probably think it's ugly. Dewson probably thinks it's ugly too, but I like a lot of the original like concepts and designs of the characters. But and pretty much Spider-Man that was drawn the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And into the 90s, like they never had a bad artist on Spider-Man for the most part. They always maintained a consistent level of quality when drawing the Amazing Spider-Man. Some of the other books may have like varied in quality, but I feel like for the most part, Spider-Man was drawn really good for about 40 years straight. Like McFarlane was good on it. Eric Larson was good on him.
Well, that was pretty much the norm for the comics and up until the 90s. And then when the 90s came, then you see the emergence of, I'm gonna draw it my way.
Yeah, and that's when things got really ugly and sloppy and them in carnage all over the place, and that's when they become like these giant masses of overly hulked out symbiotes, and it just looks fucking ugly and ridiculous.
Well, do you think
human characters would look like 50 different people?
Oh yes, yeah.
Well,
it just gets so ugly.
That's probably part of the whole like 90s extreme kind of culture.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but it goes on to this day.
Well, yeah.
And I felt like that was probably like the 90s, even though like it may not have some of the best stories and things like that, but the artwork was getting really good when you had like, man, Joe's completely bored out of his mind. Sorry, Joe.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
I'm waiting for Joe's like going to hold up something shiny.
Oh, wait, that looks wrong. I was not touching myself. I was wiping his finger. I just...
Yeah.
You are wiping, yes.
I'm so sorry, Joe's so he's wiping up right now.
That looked wrong. Jesus Christ. Okay, go ahead.
Messy Joe residue. But I love talking favorite artists and things like that. I just because modern day comic book artwork is the shits. So
it's pretty bad.
It's fucking horrible. That's what, and the books cost an arm and a leg. I mean, how modern comic book fans enjoy it. Like, I only read the old stuff because there's a shit ton of old stuff I've never read before because I never had access to it or could afford to do it. So if it's from the 90s and further back, I'll read it. But anything after that, I mean,
and the Ultimate stuff.
Ultimate Spider-Man was really, really good. Up until a point,
yeah.
Like, it's until the zombies.
Yeah.
Like Scorpion's a Spider-Man clone. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with everything Bendis did with the series.
Yeah, I would say probably up to like the high 70s, 80s issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. It's fairly consistent. Once you kind of get towards issue 100, that's when there's a lot of stuff.
And when Bagley left the book, because they wanted to break the record of like being like the one like the duo that was on the book the longest. And like once he left, I quit. Even though there were some stories I did not like.
And then they brought him back.
They brought him back to finish the series and kill off Peter, and make Miles Morales like the main Spider-Man for that one. Yeah. But I was just like I read some of Bagley's other stuff, like not Bagley, Bendis, like on New Avengers, which I liked it up to a certain point. I was like, all right, fuck this too. You know, this and not everybody can write consistently good. At least not in this day and age.
This question comes from Papa Huds. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this. Fans of Power, funniest vintage Masters toy commercial.
I mean, I like them all, and like some people probably think like the kids act silly in it, but I'm like, it's like doing what we do. You make faces when you're playing with your figures, like you're trying to bring life to Skeletor or to Cobra Commander or whoever. Like, so if people think the commercials are silly, it's like forgetting what it was like to be a kid playing with your action figures, whether it's Turtles, G.I. Joe, Brave Star.
Yeah, but in fairness, we didn't play with He-Man by going He-Man, like a police siren,
I
like
mean,
that kid has in one ad.
All right, there you go. All right, I stand corrected. That is one of that's He-Man's not an ambulance, so yeah,
I guess that would be the biggest nitpick I would have about those, and then the over reliance of the He-Man, and then just too bad Moss Man.
I think
but the whole He-Man. It's like what the fuck?
Once 85 got here, the commercials had like a bit of rock music and like an edginess to them. Like it was more about seeing, like, you don't see the kids playing with them. You just see the figures being, moving around, and the evil horde new from the Masters of the Universe, like the rocks collide and stuff.
Those were the best adverts.
Yeah, like 85 and on, they were really fucking good commercials. Like, I mean, with
except
atmosphere,
the rap ones. The rap ones sucked.
I don't mind those.
There's a charm to it. I'm not going to sit there and say like Deucen's wrong about that, but I'd like them. Call them Master. That's why my eBay name was Master Power, was from those commercials. That's been my eBay name for years, ever since like 2000.
It's Victor Caroli rapping. It's silly.
Yeah, how
come on, Joe?
Joe,
back us up on this one. You like rap.
Joe, you like rap?
I love those fucking commercials. Like Master Power. Some guys got it. Some guys don't. Fido's new from the Masters of the U. I fucking love those goddamn commercials. Hell yeah.
It's not a bunch of He-Man.
Yeah, but look, they had nothing to do with it. They barely had anything to do
got
with
me hyped up. I was ready. I was geeked. I was buy the shit. I'm gonna choke you. I'm gonna choke the shit out of you. Shit. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna punch you right in the dick.
I'm gonna mute Joe.
Yeah.
He's getting too angry. I think Deucen's whole thing with being about it is just, he's from France, and the French are assholes, and they just don't understand this type of like the culture that we were going through at this time. Rap was starting to come to the forefront.
And Joe was on the ground level of it. He was there helping Dr. Dre and Ice Cube get off the ground, and he
was out there, in his dance competitions with the cardboard. He's
Joe was in he would be at breakdancing parties, kicking drinks out of people's hands. He's like moving all over the ground.
Yeah, electric
spinning around. He is the original Kid and Play. The only guy who is both kid and play.
Well, I was gonna say that the Breakin' movie franchise that's based off of Joe Amato's life.
Yeah.
He helped come up with the title Electric Boogaloo. Everybody knows that.
I mean, that's what they called him in his neighborhood. He was the Electric Boogaloo. That's what the girls would always. Joe was electric.
Going forward, when we do the intro, instead of calling him like the Rotten Amato, we're just going to call him the Electric Boogaloo, Joe Amato.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
All right. It's done. And so it shall come to pass.
Yeah.
Quote the Nathan, nevermore.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. What about me?
What about Nathan?
Yeah, all right. Philippe says, Romita Sr. and McFarlane is my jam. More Romita, though.
They're both great. I love them to death, and I'm glad they're celebrated. But I feel like there's like Gil Kane and Ross Andrew are not celebrated nowhere near enough. And John Byrne did a little bit of Spider-Man too. His run on X-Men and Fantastic Four is fucking phenomenal. And he did some Thor work too.
He's kind of best known more for X-Men than anything else.
X-Men for sure, and John Buscema's Thor. Oh my, the guy who did Conan also. God, I'd say he's damn near top 3 artists of all time. There's nothing that guy could not do. He was so fucking awesome.
I'm in the process of reading Marvel's Conan the Barbarian comics that was drawn by John Buscema.
Oh my God,
it's so really good.
Really fucking good. Oh, I like the Beast King, a guy that controls animals, and he has like a panther head draped over his face.
I actually read that issue.
Oh, isn't it awesome? Like, it's a small arc with the character, but I liked it a lot. Especially his demise is pretty. It's like, it's pretty for the character. Yeah, That's Austin Dewson's reading that shit, man. It's badass, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reached the point when Bellet dies.
Oh, which there's the Beast King. Look how badass that character looks.
Joe's
Anything?
just
Everyone's
like
just gone silent on me here.
no, he looks
It
great.
was like, what's calling the barbarian? What is this? When was this made?
Joe's like, I recognize the black guy.
Is that a lady?
But yeah, that's there's so many great stories. But the death of Belit, which would be Valeria, to let anyone who's never read them, it's kind of unclear. Like I kind of felt like when you get to that issue, it's kind of like it wasn't as climactic as I thought it would be. Whereas a lot of the other issues are quite like I don't know, to the point. Some of the covers are a little bit misleading too, but.
It kind of feels like they were just wanting to get Conan away from the piracy, like
Probably, yeah.
because they told a lot of stories of him on the ship at the seas doing adventuring with Bellet, so they probably felt that it's time to move on. But he can't move on because Bellet is super in love with him, and she wants to keep doing piracy, so she had to die.
Yeah. And that's a long run. So anyone who's interested, I mean, it's a nice line. I mean, there's so much continuity in that run as well. I mean,
Yeah,
like Conan.
It went like from late 60s to mid 90s.
Yeah, it was a long running series, and you got the Savage Sword of Conan, which I mean, that's even more mature than.
And that's sort of Rebecca's forte. She really
yeah,
likes
yeah.
quite a bit.
I mean, there's nudity in it. It's more mature content, like.
It kind of gets a bit sleazy.
It's not like you're not looking at porn, but
there's one story that I read which like has this like queen or something, and the moments they pick to show her naked it's just so silly how sleazy it is.
But it's good. It's good. I mean, there's some fun stuff in it. Like it's a lot of when you just think like how good that stuff was, and you're like, okay. Which I felt like both Conan films. There's you could say there's differences, but I think the two Conan films we did get were very well done. But you look at the source material, like, well, why can't we get this kind of Conan? Like when Conan, not to go off on a big topic, but like shows you like how serious this is. And Dewson's already read this issue, but when Conan meets Belit, he's running from the guards because he's held on trial for helping a young couple get out of trouble. And when he's had enough of this shit, he takes an axe and cleaves it through the judge's head, and then takes off on a horse. So that the guards in the town are just chasing. He just jumps onto a pirate ship, and there you are. He's off and running. He's a pirate now. But just knowing
the thing about that whole thing, the way those comics were executed before, they were done pretty tastefully, even though it's pretty extreme violence when you think about it. But still, it's like it wasn't done like a torture porn.
No,
it wasn't like done in a way where it's like Conan slices the enemy and then blood and guts gush all over the place.
Yeah,
it's tame, but it gets to the point, and it's very serious. There is dialogue, but it's like it's like Conan the Barbarian. Like the dialogue is minimal. Like you get more of Conan's thoughts when you're reading the story than anything else, and people get eaten and killed.
Good old narration boxes.
Yeah, which that's what they kind of wanted to do. They didn't want to like have Conan walking around like giving a lot of monologue. It's like you're hearing his thoughts as he's meeting Zula, or he's taking on this rather large gargantuan king, in the throne room, or fighting various creatures and things like that. It's like the Tower of the Elephant's another kind of an odd story too. It's one of the more like popular or like more famous of the stories. But you know what? We're going off on a big tirade here.
That's fine. We're just taking questions and everything.
And so, but
enjoy sitting there all confused.
I'm listening.
Here's a question from Gavin. What about Punisher Max, Tyler?
I never read. I never read too much. I was really big into the. I don't think it was Punisher Max. It was when they reintroduced Punisher when Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon were doing the book. That is my definitive Punisher. When Steve was drawing it and Garth was writing it,
Mhm.
that's the Punisher. And I do love Punisher, in the 90s and 80s as well. Like when Jim Lee drew the Punisher and some issues too. Like that's badass looking Punisher. But that kind of Punisher where he just doesn't hesitate to kill anybody and comes up with, just like when me and Nathan did that one issue of the Punisher that they did, like he's just feeding people to animals, piranhas, anacondas, and polar bears and things like that. So I never really dabbled too much in Punisher Max, but fun little thing too. Joe Jusko did some beautiful covers for Punisher magazine. If you don't know what those look like, he's one of the best artists of all time. Period. Like oil paintings, he's right up there in terms with Earl Norm in terms of quality. He did a lot of Conan covers as well, but he did these really epic covers for Punisher magazine, which were I think
we had
older
some
Punisher.
of those over here.
Oh, did you?
In the early 90s, before the market crashed due to war.
Oh, okay. Then you probably knew what I'm talking about. There's one in particular where he's like on the side of a helicopter, like shooting someone, and the guy's falling out of the helicopter. There's cash falling. It's like over New York City. It's fucking phenomenal. It's a beautiful cover.
Didn't want to show that yet. I meant to do that during the thing. There we go. Actually, here I'll show that too. Speaking of Too Bad from earlier, just Toxic Crusaders line. Just kind of fun to see that.
It's Joe merged with Tyler.
Yeah,
I love the character Headbanger. Even in the cartoon, the character Headbanger is a lot of fun. I love that character. Look how awesome that oil painting cover of the Punisher is. That's a movie poster in the 80s of the Punisher. Like if Dolph Lundgren is the Punisher.
It's like the painted covers like that just gave you a sense of what a live action version could have looked like.
Yeah. Can you all see that? Like in 1988, it's your local movie theater, The Punisher. Look at that. Look at the malice in his face there.
Yeah, that's I do like. I like this one quite a bit too.
It's not too expensive to buy on eBay either, because I've been wanting to get that one. Just put it in a frame. But they're pretty much just they're back issues, like they're reissues of like older Punisher stories put in those magazines. It's kind of what they are.
I just received a Facebook message from one Ren McKenzie that says that movie poster sucks. LOL.
What, the Punisher?
Are
you out of your fucking mind?
Even when he's not here on camera,
he just shows up to say he
doesn't
like something. Like, we already got Deuce doing that.
Yeah.
Good grief.
There's nothing to like about the purple virus. It's a dangerous chemical.
Ren, go have your. I don't know what you're doing. Go play with your fishnet.
Go play with your fishnet.
Yeah, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, hopefully he's having a good time down there.
Yeah, I hope he's having a blast and beating some senoritas down there. There's another one.
We had that printed here.
Yeah,
it
beautiful.
Was issue number 1.
Yeah, there's some cool covers. There's some really good, beautiful Joe Jusko. I just anything with Joe, which I bought like a bunch of Savage sort of Conan magazines from someone here in Blacksburg that was just selling like a bunch of back issues that she got dumped with, and bought a bunch of like Savage sort of Conan magazines from her too, and some of them were just for the covers, like the Earl Norm covers, the Joe Jusko covers. I want to meet him someday and just tell him how much I love his Marvel masterpieces. Which, if anyone wants to know, me and Nathan did an episode on Marvel masterpieces.
Yeah, it was a very long one.
Yeah, and very taxing and tiresome. But we did manage to make fun of Joe regardless.
Yeah, well, we always
find a way to bring Joe up. And I think it's like no matter what, Joe don't have to be there for Joe to be the center of attention.
Yeah, for us to make up stories about what we think that he does in his real life.
Yeah, which I'm sure if we witnessed it, like Truman Show wise, we'd bored out of our minds, right, Joe?
Probably.
It's just him masturbating and eating Popeyes. That's
listen to Motorhead.
Yeah,
and watching the Wantel Williams show.
Yeah. Hey, he came to my high school.
I don't know.
What's an update on the scores since your feed is
that's on a commercial break here, so I can't see it at the moment.
Well,
but they're still winning.
What I have here is 8:59 left in the third quarter. Miami Heat 74, Boston Celtics 51. It's not looking good for Boston right now.
I know, it's awesome. I get to go to work tomorrow knowing that,
Yeah, you don't know that yet.
Hey, our guys should come back
right
from
now.
long distances too. So
if because of him saying that wills a comeback from Boston, then boy, are
you don't want to see that because you don't like Boston anyway. Period.
I don't like the Bruins. Now the Celtics, I don't mind because when
but their fans are the same. They're the same fans though.
Sort of, but so when they were in the finals and played the Lakers in 2008,
9, I think. Well, they played them twice. They played them twice in the finals.
Well, it's the time that they actually won, though. I was rooting.
Yeah, when the big, when the
because I wanted Kevin Garnett to get a ring,
and I was happy with that too. Because
but you don't like Paul Pierce, right?
Fuck him. God, he's just got a face you just want to hit with a shovel.
You know who is great though? El Goscas.
LeBron. Oh, it's an inside joke. I don't know what that is.
That was LeBron's rookie year, and he was in what was it? NBA 2K.
ESPN.
Yes, it was.
NBA on ESPN. It was like $20. It was the $20 games.
Yeah, but that was like his rookie season, and I go over to Tyler's, and he's obsessed with playing that. I'm like, man, like basketball sucks, man. Like basketball's not good anymore. And then I'm just watching him play, and he kept passing to El Goscas, so I just started doing commentary for him. I'm like, can we go look for DVDs now, please? No, I gotta finish the game. Sitting here and amazed by Joe. Like he's never been this quiet.
No.
No, I'm listening to everything you guys are saying.
What were they saying?
Yeah, what were we talking about?
No, you're talking about like all them artists and Conan, but even though I've read stuff, my brain capacity.
That was 10 minutes ago. That was 10 minutes ago.
I mean,
can't remember any of that stuff.
I just a quick update. I received yet another message from Cancun from Ren that says, "Basketball sucks."
He's just mad because I like Allen Iverson. He doesn't like Allen Iverson.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Tell Joe to say hello to me special. So say...
Hey, you fucking bastard. That's fuck nuts McJohnson right there. Love you, Ren, you dick. I'm going to jump all over you at PowerCon. How's that sound?
All right. There you go. Ren, why are you messaging... Why are you watching the show and messaging me on Messenger when you could just put it in the chat and I could put it on the screen? Make that
because he's trash.
Yeah. All right. I don't see any more questions in here. You want to take a couple more? Or you just want to wrap it up?
Well,
if there's anything else, if not, we'll bow out. And I hope people enjoyed tonight's episode. Even though
I think I had fun.
Yeah.
Well, once we got past the paint, then everything was fine.
It almost sounded like Deucin was like tattoo of fantasy. The paint caused the paint.
Yeah.
It's potentially dangerous. It's a safety risk.
Havoc staff. I'm not reading that one. That's No, I'm not reading that one.
How can you say such a thing? That's crazy.
I didn't know what that meant, but
no, I'm not reading that. Yeah.
If you're new to this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, share, ring that bell so you can always be notified when we go live. And until next time, have a powerful day.
Beefarino? You fed the horse Beefarino? Well, overbought.
Fuck, I should know that.
No, you shouldn't.
I shouldn't? I feel like I've heard it before.
Debbie does Dallas.
Deucin ought to know this one.
I'm going to ask Ren this. Ren, quickly comment. Permission to go ahead and show this off live on the show before we go off the air.
Oh. Yes. This.
Just so I'll get confirmation from him, and if yes, okay. All right. So here we go. While we ponder,
if this is what I think it is, I've only seen parts of this. This should be the new latest T-shirt design for people to purchase from Ren McKenzie.
Yeah, link is down below, so make sure you click on that especially when it first goes up, because when shirts go up. New shirts on TeePublic, they are on sale for a couple days, so you won't have to wait until they do another sale to take it down to $16. But here we go. There's the new design.
Oh,
that's great.
Fucking badass, man.
That's great.
Oh my god.
Wait, what did you say, douche?
No, I won't. All right. I'll just remember. I'm not gonna let him ruin this. I'll bring you back in, Graham, to try to guess this quote that you should know. But that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, look at the living darkness surrounding everybody there. Look at that. Oh my God!
So that'll be on the T-shirt.
That looks great.
Soon.
God.
I don't know how soon Ren's gonna.
When he
probably when he gets back, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably when he gets back. But oh my God, the shadow work he did on these guys, like, oh my God, it's tremendous, just tremendous.
Yeah. So there we go.
See, you're not going to get shit like this anywhere else on the internet, you know.
No.
You gotta come here for unique quality ideas.
Like how I brought Grant, he had the motion and then like stopped when I brought him back in. So.
All right, do you know the quote there, Dushin?
Yeah, you're supposed to know this.
What quote?
Oh God.
Go ahead, Tyler. Say it again.
Oh, like Beefarino? You fed the horse Beefarino? Well, overbought.
Funny Farm.
Funny Farm.
Oh, okay, I just Googled it. Yeah, Deucin, you should know this since you champion it so much.
Yeah, I'm like, Deucin.
Well, it must be a Seinfeld thing, and I don't even watch it. Must be
Seinfeld. Look at that. Look at that.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, Joe got it
It's
before
not fair.
Deucin
It's
did.
usually movie quote, not a TV show quote.
Well, I'm sorry. I decided.
You're a cheater. You're a big fat cheater.
No, you're not a true Seinfeld fan. You got
I want my ball back.
Oh my God! You don't.
Yeah, give him his ball back, Tyler. Come on.
Oh, Jason want to take his ball and go home.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, see you fuckers next week.
Well, yeah. What's the score, Tyler? The score.
All right, hang on. Ah, damn it! All right, hang on here. It is currently 83 to 56. People, can you believe it?
That's a blowout. Yeah, that's a fucking blowout. Clean sweep.
Next week, Brave Star action figures. Joe probably won't be here. He's gonna
he'll be conveniently his butt will be sneezing again.
His allergies are gonna.
Oh God, I'm on the can. I can't stop shit.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, we'll see how.
I'm on drugs.
Come on, Joe, do something.
Wave, Joe, wave. Just hands, Joe.